I am Redacted 9line, and this is the Coin Curiosity channel, and we are taking a break from our regularly scheduled program to showcase another military challenge coin. The coin that we have in front of us is from the Command Chief of the 615th Contingency Response Wing. We have the main chevrons or the rank insignia on the front that we will get into here. And then on the back of the coin, we have some designs and some mottos that we will briefly talk about. So let me attempt to prop this up. All right. So with challenge coins, I have indicated in previous videos, but just as a brief overview, their composition can be bronze, copper, nickel, silver, gold, iron, brass, pewter, zinc alloy. Almost any metal you can think of is what a military challenge coin could be made out of. I would be curious if there are any challenge coins that are actually made out of silver or gold. Perhaps there's one out there, but I can't imagine those were ever mass produced, as usually the challenge coins within the Department of Defense, within the military, are paid for by different funds that come from the government, i.e., taxpayer money. So spending an exuberant amount of money to have coins made, especially, again, if they're made out of a precious metal, I would be shocked, but very few things shock me anymore. So if you do know of anyone that has a military challenge coin that is made of a precious metal, please comment below, and if you have a picture or a story on it, please let us know. But the colors can be, of any shade, any primary, secondary color, whatever have you. And usually that is put on with the soft or a hard enamel. And then it can be epoxied later. But I will not sit here and bore you with how a challenge coin is made. One, that's not the purpose of the video. And two, I do not want to pretend to indicate that I know anything about how a challenge coin is made, as that is not my area of expertise. I've never manufactured a challenge coin, so that would be something to go online and research if you would like more information on. But the 615th CRW, while the lineage of the unit itself does span some different years, but for this particular coin, this would have been from April 11th, 2005 until May 31st of 2012. That was when they were activated and then deactivated. So I do not believe that they are an active Air Force unit at this time. But the 615th CRW was one of two contingency response wings assigned to the Air Mobility Command, AMC, and they were headquartered at Travis Air Force Base, California, which is in the city of Fairfield. The primary mission was to employ quickly deployable cross-functional teams to open air bases in an austere environment to meet the needs of the Department of Defense or combatant commanders. And they had reported to the 15th Expeditionary Mobility Task Force, which was also stationed at Travis Air Force Base. Now, the host wing at Travis Air Force Base was the 60th Air Mobility Wing, so the 615th CRW would have been just a tenant wing, so they would not have had the responsibilities of, maintaining the base and keeping it secure and so forth. But the other unit, as I mentioned that there were two CRWs, the other unit was the 621st Contingency Response Wing, and I believe they are still active, and they are out of McGuire Air Force Base, which is in Dover, Delaware, if I'm not mistaken. If I am wrong, I do apologize. Please comment below. But their job, so opening up forward air bases would be able, to extend the Air Mobility Command's infrastructure and provide core airbase operating forces to meet national security requirements. And they would employ mission-ready airfield assessment teams, airfield operations, command and control, maintenance, airlift, weather, intel, security, finance, essentially every single thing that a member of the Air Force would need at a new airbase, the Contingency Response Wing would essentially have. And they would, build up essentially where there was no base, they would build up a new air base. And before we could bring people in, you have to secure the area and start laying the framework for an airfield. So with that background of the 615th CRW, so this was the Command Chief's coin. Now, the Command Chief is the highest enlisted individual that a wing can have, or that a unit can have, assigned to it. So this would have been a good coin to get. Now, these coins were probably given out more frequently, the one that I'm holding, and I say that because there is nothing on the front that we're looking at, or the reverse that is saying for excellence, that it would have been given to a member for excellence or for something, amazing, and doesn't commemorate any specific event in history. So there could have been another coin that the Command Chief could have had, or this could have been the only one. But you have the traditional, I'll say, Air Force, symbol colors, which is the blue and the silver. I mean, they can be in some different shades, if you will, but we have the unit up top, and then again, who it was from, the Command Chief. Right in the center are the stripes, the rank insignia of the Command Chief. In the middle, that additional star. I'll use my pointer, but the middle star is what signifies Command Chief. So in this area, can either be blank for just a can be blank for just a Chief Master Sergeant. You could have a diamond, which indicates a First Sergeant. This star, Command Chief, and the only other one that you could possibly have would be a star that is encircled by a wreath, and that would be for the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. So you have the 5 chevrons below, the 3 up top, so that is an E8. Scratch that. I almost made the mistake. An E9, so you count the stripes, add 1, and that is the pay grade, so E9 enlisted. And while I'm sure this is just a pure coincidence, the 2 stars that we've indicated before that these are probably filler stars. One could make a case that maybe they did this on purpose, right? As there's 2 stars on the rank insignia, so then you have 1 star on either side. But they weren't that clever, I'm sure. Again, those are just filler stars, to show the break between the unit name and who it came from. So there's not much to speak about on the front of this coin. So then as we go to the reverse, and we'll do a quick look of the edge. So smooth edge, sometimes they can be bezeled, but we have the motto, then, is what I will call it. Could be a catchphrase, whatnot, but of being lighter, faster, and smarter. And then, open the airfield, right, is I'm sure what their goal is, to open an airfield, and doing so by being lighter, faster, and smarter. But you have the Air Force symbol here. This is the 21st century Air Force symbol. And then on the left-hand side, this is the wing patch of the 615th Contingency Response Wing. And then you have the aircraft that they would primarily use to transport the equipment and the personnel, which is a C-17, if I'm not mistaken. But that is the reverse of this coin, and again, there's not much to it, which is good because it's simple, it's clean. There are a few little scratches that we can see on the metallic portions of the chevrons. Hard to really see any scratches on the back, but you can still see them here on the Air Force symbol as I rotate that around. The edge is pretty smooth. Again, no gouges anywhere on the coin. So how much does this coin weigh? And let's get into ounces. So we have a 1 ounce coin. So it is on the light side. You'd like to see probably a 1.5 ounces. Is a good weight in the hand, but this is not bad. And then as we check the size of the coin, again, usually your challenge coins are going to be a round, a circle, whatnot. They won't usually be any oblong shapes or what have you, as it's just tradition to have this as the coin. So as we measure, we have 1.6 inches. So we'll go ahead and call that, an 1.5 inch coin, which you don't want to go smaller than that. If you maybe can get away with a 1.25 inches, but 1.5 inches is essentially the smallest you want to be. If you can do it, an 1.75 inches, and then I would say no larger than 2 inches in diameter. But yeah, with it being a standard weight and standard size, does not commemorate again anything, does not say for excellence. I would put a value on this coin currently. I'll say of probably around $40. This particular one that I'm holding is probably 30 to 35, with the scratches that you could see. Again, they're nothing that is detracting from the eye appeal of it. But why do I go with that price? Well, one, there's no more being made. So for the 7 years that they were around, they had only had the handful of them. How many that would be, well, who knows? But I don't believe that this was a coin that you could purchase on your own separately, again, as it does have the command chief. So there are probably limited amounts of these coins. They're not being made anymore. I would probably, throw an extra, not with this coin, but if it did commemorate an event in their history and their timeline, something that they have done, I would probably throw an extra $10 or $15 on for the value. But because it does not, that's why I have it at $40. Is right around that market, and you can see that there was no epoxy put on this coin. As you can see, all those raised portions of the words and the emblems, same as on the front of the coin. But that is what I wanted to showcase. So I hope everybody enjoyed this military challenge coin video, was able to learn a little bit about the history of the 615th CRW, what they did, and again, the details of this challenge coin. So it's another coin that we are happy to have in our collection, and we will continue to seek these out and discuss them, give their description, the value range and the assessed value of the particular coin that we get to hold in our hands. But if you have any that you would like us to talk about, if you have an extra coin, please let us know, and we will attempt to make contact with you, see if we can, get that coin, borrow the coin, acquire the coin, and do a video on it. So if you enjoy this content, I do ask you to please like the video, share it with a friend, especially if you are a military member. I will thank you for your service, and please don't forget to hit that notification bell after you have hit the subscribe button. Comment below. I have been Redacted 9line for the Coin Curiosity channel. As always, take care.